Greetings to all bears and bulls in Bitcoin land. I have a lot to talk about in this video, so let's just start ripping through it here. I've got ultra bullish news that satisfies the bears as well. I think I've unlocked the key to all that satisfies both sides of the debate. I think this could be it. Now, if we can just wrestle away Elon Musk's magical Twitter flute, we should just let this play out. We should be looking good here. Satisfy the bear market, get to the bull. So what we have here, I just actually discovered this while I was recording my last video, so I thought I'd come back and have a look at it. And this is obvious, man. This yellow trend line here on top from the last pump we had, that's 3 data points. That's a nice solid trend line. If you watch my last video, this occurred in the low 40,000s, this rejection, where there's a lot of confluence with just all sorts of indicators and whatnot. Let's just get to what I'm talking about here. So I've had this blue channel drawn in for a long time. If you've been watching my videos, if you're new, I've had it in here since about the 3rd week of May, or that's where it started. About the middle of June or so is when I drew it in. I've been talking about it ever since. Now we had as you take this dotted line to the left here, we had a descending triangle with the top of that blue channel and my dotted line going left there. It broke out. That's what this pump was. It broke out to the top. Descending triangles are supposed to be bearish. In my opinion, this market wants to dump. And if the HUD squad, the hype squad, and the celebrities that, the big time players that invested probably too high, if they would just let this thing play out, it would benefit all. We're probably looking at the next parabolic push. That's just speculation. Let's just get to what we're looking at right now. First of all, there's another descending triangle showing up. Just for argument's sake, let's put it at about 30,500 bottom. So here is possibly another descending triangle. This is real early. I might be the first channel to start talking about this. I actually talked about it in yesterday's video. That's where I discovered it. So lots of channels might not have had this blue channel drawn in here this whole time. So they just might not be aware of this forming. This needs to play out. There needs to be some more development here. But that's what it's looking like, right? There's ultra strong resistance in the low 40,000s. This yellow descending triangle is actually a bearish pattern. So let's maybe do something like this, right? Descending triangles have a tendency to bust low. They're bearish formations. Now, lots of people think that's not good, but that's, in my opinion, that's what this market needs for this, right? For this. But this isn't actually what I want to talk about in this video. There is a descending triangle possibly in play, which breaking through the bottom of that would be actually ultra bullish. And now let's get to why that would be. Let me show you. We're dealing with a giant falling wedge, which is a bearish pattern, bullish, sorry, to scare people out there, which is a bullish pattern. And in my opinion, it would be extra bullish at this point because of Bitcoin. I've been saying if Bitcoin could just be allowed to come low, 20,000, 15,000, it would just, the big time investors around the globe, I imagine, would just throw money in and just turn into hodlers, long-term hodlers. And that's what Bitcoin's about. That's when Bitcoin goes high prices, when people start hodling, big players hodl, right? A lot of this action here is traders, lots of traders making money, losing money. That's what a lot of this is. Bitcoin's all about the hodl, right? And I just don't think any serious investor with millions or billions right now is going to look at this and go, I'm going to throw in, I'm going to start hodling at 38,000. I just don't think smart money would do that. So if they would just let this fall, just let it fall, what we're dealing with, in my opinion here, take the bottom of this channel and draw a trend line about so. Extend it down. And what do we have here? We have an enormous falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern. If it's allowed to play out, right? If it's allowed to play out, this would satisfy the bears. any serious, any experienced person looking at this would would have to be bearish, in my opinion. I don't see how you can't be. Um, it's just I don't want to get into that, but it would satisfy the bears, right? Like right here, we would bust out of that descending triangle. If that were to happen, you would think, oh no, it's bad, terrible. But actually, that's good. If you're a bull, if you're a real Bitcoin bull, you probably want to see this happen, something like this. And maybe this is how we get down to 20,000, and maybe break out down here somewhere. We could break out earlier, with Twitter and social media. Who knows? What you don't want to see, in my opinion, is for this to come up right now and break out of here. Some Elon Musk type stuff, and we just kind of go like this for a while. I just think that's bad news for everyone. On a side note, I don't like Elon Musk and Michael Saylor. They're not really investors. They're successful businessmen. So I don't want to say anything bad about them. But as far as cryptocurrency and markets, the way they play out, I don't know if you should be listening to those type of people. That being said, let's stop talking about that. But now, one question I have is, will it obey the bottom of that blue channel, or will it maybe obey the top of the blue channel? Something like in that ballpark. Maybe you could even come up something like this. But let's just put it like right here for now, for argument's sake. The blue channel is definitely in play as a support of some sort. It could even be, right. It could. Who knows for sure? We could. There was a lot of support actually here in the middle as well. So who knows for sure? But somewhere in there, I like the bottom better. That supports this whole thing I'm about to talk about now. So you could look at this. You could zoom in and say, you could look at it like this, like left to right, and say this is a descending channel that's forming in a downtrend, which is still probable to break up. They would call it a reversal. Or what I like is using the big picture at the bottom of the blue channel. And this is my kind of stuff. This is why you might not see this on other channels. I don't know if I just see this type of stuff clearly, or I'm just not good at zooming in, which is true. A lot of zooming in is just guesswork, but the real successful traders, they'll set their orders high and low, and they'll catch it bouncing. So when you zoom in, it's really difficult to actually say this is going to happen. The real successful people zoom in and they go, this or this will happen. Either case, I'm doing this and this, and I'm successful. So I'm not experienced. I'm not real good at that at this point. I don't have a lot of experience, right? I just haven't been doing that a whole lot. But what I want to show you is how I would look at this. I was just saying, if it's occurring in a downtrend, it would be a reversal that would break up. Or you can go 10 years over here, way off to the right, and look back at this from 10 years in the future. And this is liable just to be a little blip, right? This whole big monster bull run is liable. This is speculation, but it's likely to just be a little molehill in the grand picture 10 years from now. And when we look at this is just this descending channel is actually occurring in an uptrend, right? We're just seeing it as a massive bull parabolic push up until April, right? And actually, it was basically over third week of February. It's just kind of floating around here for a while after that. But anyways, that's a different issue. So this is occurring in an uptrend, and it's a continuation pattern, right? This is just this whole dump from April, 65,000 or so down to 28, 29,000. This has just been a little breather. Looking at it a decade from now, looking back at this is just a breather, right? All this despair and carnage. It's just a little breather. We just took a breather, right? And we're still in an uptrend, right? So this would signal that we're still in the bull run, right? If you look at it like that, you can look at it either way. But I think 10 years from now, if this plays out, this still needs to develop, right? I don't want to get over my skis and tell you bad stuff, but just watch this develop over the next days and weeks, maybe a month or two. If we can stay under this, if we don't break out the top, in my opinion, the further we come down, and hopefully we bust through the top of this blue channel. Hopefully we come down and bust through the top of that blue channel. Hopefully we bust through the middle of the blue channel. Hopefully we come down all the way, right? And this whole thing's in play, and it does something like this, right? And maybe somewhere October, November at the earliest, at 20,000. This just satisfies everyone's arguments, right? This satisfies the bear, all the bears and the professional investors out there saying it's coming down to 20,000, 15,000, maybe even lower. This also satisfies the bulls. This has me so giddy. This has me giddy, right? Because it satisfies. It's like the key that might be unlocking the whole story of 2021 Bitcoin, end of the year. So if we were to break out down here somewhere, just for easy numbers, let's say it breaks out at 20,000, right? It breaks out right in through here, comes back down for a little retest, and then we're on our way. So where would the target be? Up here? Well, what you do is you go from the top up here. This is the whole bull run cycle, right? This whole halving cycle so far. That's what this whole pattern could be, right? In the grand scheme of things, this is a little molehill. Right now, I think it's a mountain, but just call it 65,000 top, and we would come down here to this target about 45,000. So this would be like a $20,000 move here, which would shoot us up to like 40,000, which is actually would shoot us right up to that really harsh resistance at 40,000. But this time, I think a lot of big money may have got in down here, right? All through here, probably a big buy zone for the big players around the planet. And if they're hodling at that point, Bitcoin, whole thing about Bitcoin is getting to a supply crunch. So hopefully a lot of hodlers on the retail market come in, and that 40,000 might be easier to break this time, and we just might be on our merry way, right? So this whole thing could be super cycle in action. This whole thing could be the stepping stone into a super cycle. So that's something to consider. Right, a super cycle it's not going to go straight up to 400,000, right? A super cycle will kind of lull you to sleep. A little stepping stone here, little stepping stone there, stepping stone. I think this kind of plays into super cycle. I think the halving bull runs might kind of be over. Now, of course, the next halving will probably cause a big giant pump, but I just think this liable is to jettison us into an area where it's just maybe, I don't know. It's tough to speculate, but anyways, I just want to show this to you. This is a wonderful pattern. So you could draw this yellow line in different places as well. You could probably bring us down to like here maybe. And there's little different places. This could be like a $25,000 target. It doesn't have to break out at 20. What if it breaks out at 30? It's a $20,000 move. It may be kind of early, but just say 30. That would take us to 50. What if it happens at 25 right here? What if the breakout is here at 25? That would be 45 target. And if it's actually a $25,000 target, that would put us at 50. So this could be a powerful little dude, right? It's the whole bull cycle. It's the whole halving cycle. That's how big this pattern is. This is the daily chart. This is the kind of stuff I like looking at. So okay, this could also be a smaller target if it was here. Just these lines aren't perfect, but just for quick talking, that'd be a $15,000 target. If it broke out from 25, that'd be 40,000. So my whole analysis, basically the last since middle of June, basically is for Bitcoin to come down and play out a market cycle or a traditional market cycle or something that at least resembles it. And this green thing here, just I don't think should have happened. Right? That was 3 investors: Jack Dorsey, Kathy Wood. Kathy Wood should know better, and Elon Musk. I think they were just protecting their own self interests at the expense of everyone else. And this this free market dynamics is kind of saying, see this yellow trend line, that's kind of saying, no, Elon Musk, I'm sorry, you must obey the rules. No matter what you do, you are confined to the market rules. This is not Tesla, right? This is the global open market. Behave yourself. So the immediate future is absolutely unknown. This thing could now, my last video I was covering what the next few days, the next week might look like. There's only been one time where it came down less than let's see, 60 on to 53. Came down 8,000 and had a rebound. Everything else has been about 12,000 or more. Even when it came down 8,000 here in March, it proceeded to dump down for a total of about 12,000. So we're at say was it 43? It came down to about 30. We're at about 5,000 now. So there could be a bounce. It could bounce at any time. What you want to watch for is for it to bounce and then bounce off this resistance and come back down, right? That would kind of resemble what happened here in March. That would kind of look like that. The other 5 times this has happened, it just went straight down, basically in the course of a week, to a double-digit loss. So it could do that. It could do that. It could come down here. It could fall. This could just... Now, I'm never talking about immediate things. This is the daily chart, and I'm talking like over the next week. It could come down here like this and bounce here, come up, bounce, bounce, bounce. What I would really like to see is for this to just get over with. Get over with. Send it down to 20,000, you big players around the world. Just get it over with so we can do this, right? This is where I want to buy. This is where I want my viewers to get in, right? So they can get in on this stuff. That's what we're looking for, right? So if you're a bear, if you're a bull, we'll turn into an ultra bull. Cheer for it to come down. Be an ultra bull. Don't be just a bull, right? I know a lot of people think that I'm dogging bulls. I'm an ultra bull. I'm ultra bullish on Bitcoin. That's why I want this to happen. I just think it's just healthy, right? Now, I don't want people to lose money or anything, but this is just how it should go, right? Right? Just I'm talking enough. I think you got the point. I'll elaborate more in my next upcoming videos. And I had a question about investment advice, because right now it's difficult. You could get chewed up if you're not really experienced professional trader, in the short term. So I have I'll be doing a video about investing in something safe in the cryptocurrency right now. Stable coins like Gemini and DAI over on BlockFi. You can go have a look at it now if you want. But I'll make a video about that coming out shortly, and I'll talk about this this is let me see. So this is the long-term pattern. Let's see before I end the video. Let's see where is this at? Well, my screen just up. About December, that descending channel is about December. I'll let you get going now. I don't make this video too long. These points all come together about December. So maybe October, November, if we can get the breakout. Now, this is just if this plays out. Watch it. Watch this. Just watch it over the next coming weeks, and see. This is really early. I might be the first one on YouTube even talking about this, and I was talking about it yesterday. We've only had like 3 or 4 candle closes in red here, and so it's real early. It's not even formed yet, but just watch for it to bounce. Watch for the next rejection off the yellow line there, and watch for the bounces and confirm that we're actually in this pattern first. So, okay, I got you something to look at there. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching.